is changing faster than most of us realize. Every day, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and even the places we call home are being shaped by something invisible. A powerful silent force is wrapping around our planet and it's rewriting our future. This force is called the greenhouse effect. You've probably heard the term before, maybe in the news, maybe in school, maybe scrolling past a headline online, but few people truly understand what it is, how it works, and why it is so dangerously important. The greenhouse effect is not a villain. In fact, it's the reason life on Earth exists. Without it, our planet would be a frozen wasteland. But over the past few decades, human activity has turned this natural process into something that threatens everything we know. And the scariest part, it's happening right now. Let's begin at the very foundation. What is the greenhouse effect? The sun sends energy to Earth. Some of that energy warms the planet, and some of it bounces back into space. But certain gases in our atmosphere, known as greenhouse gases, trap some of that heat. They act like a blanket around the Earth, keeping it warm enough for life to thrive. These greenhouse gases include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and others like chlorofluorocarbon. For thousands of years, this natural balance has kept the Earth's average temperature stable around 15 dC or 59 dF. But since the Industrial Revolution, we have been adding greenhouse gases into the air at record levels, burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, raising livestock, and producing waste on a massive scale. Before the Industrial Revolution, carbon dioxide levels were about 280 parts per million. Today, they exceed 420. This is the highest level in at least 800,000 years. We've made Earth's blanket thicker, and when a blanket gets too thick, things start to overheat. It's important to understand the difference between the natural greenhouse effect and the enhanced greenhouse effect. The natural greenhouse effect is good. It's what keeps us alive. The enhanced greenhouse effect, the one caused by us, is dangerous. It's destabilizing the delicate climate system that has supported human civilization for thousands of years. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide can stay in the atmosphere for centuries, methane for decades. This means the gases we release today will continue warming the planet long after we're gone. The greenhouse effect isn't just a new discovery. Scientists have known about it for almost 200 years. In 1824, Joseph Fourier first described the idea. In 1859, John Tyndall discovered how gases trap heat. And in 1896, Svante Arrhenius made the first calculations linking coal burning to global warming. But back then, it was just theory, something for the textbooks. No one imagined it would become a planetary emergency. Most people think the greenhouse effect is just about higher temperatures, but that's only the beginning. It leads to extreme weather, stronger storms, longer heat waves, and deadly floods. It causes ice to melt in places like the Greenland ice sheet and the West Antarctic ice sheet, raising sea levels and threatening coastal cities. It bleaches coral reefs, destroys ecosystems, and forces animals to migrate or die. It disrupts agriculture, making food harder to grow in regions where people depend on it most, and it turns once fertile land into deserts. These are not distant predictions, these are realities unfolding right now. What makes this even more frightening are the tipping point, invisible threshold in Earth's climate system. When these tipping points are crossed, the system changes rapidly and irreversibly. For example, melting Arctic permafrost releases methane, a greenhouse gas far stronger than carbon dioxide, accelerating warming. The Amazon rainforest, the lungs of the earth, is drying out. It could turn from a carbon absorber into a carbon emitter. A slowdown of the Atlantic Meridional overturning circulation, a powerful ocean current, could disrupt weather patterns around the globe. And as the polar ice melt, Earth absorbs more heat, speeding up the entire process. This is a chain reaction. Once it starts, it's nearly impossible to stop. You don't have to imagine what this looks like. We can see it happening today. In Greenland, the glaciers are melting faster than ever. In Australia, catastrophic wildfires have scorched millions of hectares. The Great Barrier Reef has experienced repeated mass bleaching events. In California, heat waves and fires are breaking records. And in Pakistan and India, temperatures have reached levels dangerous for human survival. The greenhouse effect is not a far-off warning. It's a mirror reflecting the world we've already created. So why, if the problem is so clear, do many people ignore it? The answer is complex. The danger doesn't always feel immediate. It creeps up slowly. Our brains are wired to respond to short-term threats, not invisible long-term ones. And misinformation, politics, and profit often cloud the truth. But ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. In fact, inaction is the most dangerous responsible. Climate scientists have modeled two different futures, one if we do nothing and one if we act. If we do nothing, global temperatures could rise by 3 to 5 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. This would mean massive flooding in cities like New York City, Jakarta, and Bangkok. Hundreds of millions of people could be displaced. Some part of the world could become too hot to live in. And the tipping point we talked about could trigger irreversible changes. But if we act now, we can still prevent the worst. We can keep warming below 1.5 to 2 degrees. But if we act now, we can still prevent the worst. We can keep warming below 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius. We can protect ecosystems. We can save lives. How do we do this? We transition to renewable energy, wind, solar, hydro, geothermal. We stop deforestation and restore forests, which act as natural carbon sinks. We transform transportation, agriculture, and industry. We invest in carbon capture and storage and energy-efficient technologies. We support international agreements like the Paris Agreement. And yes, individual actions matter. Reducing waste, eating sustainably, using energy wisely, supporting green initiatives. When millions act, it adds up to real change. Technology also offers hope. Direct air capture can remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Advanced batteries make renewable energy more reliable. And AI can optimize energy use. Precision farming can feed more people with less environmental impact. Even space-based solar power is being explored. Technology won't save us alone, but it can give us a fighting chance. We are the first generation to fully understand the greenhouse effect, and perhaps the last that can prevent its worst impact. Thank you for listening. If this message moves you, share it, talk about it, act on it. The scary truth about the greenhouse effect is real, but so is our power to change the ending of this story.